Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Thanks for coming by the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama, where we talk about music, records, do record reviews, interviews, and much more. If you're into jazz, you're definitely going to want to subscribe to the channel. I do a lot of jazz record reviews and a lot of modern releases by working musicians, and I've had the privilege to talk with a lot of great jazz musicians on this channel. So I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Today, I'm going to be doing a reissue review. But before I get to that, I wanted to share with you something cool that I found online. If again, you jazz fans are going to be interested in this. And this is a 4-volume series by Jeremy Pelt, who is a trumpet player. And if you guys have been following the channel, I recently did a review of this fantastic live album. Probably one of the best, I'm going to say probably at this point, the best live album newly recorded for 2024 release. That's What's Up by the Heavy Hitters. This is a fantastic record, but on here, Jeremy Pelt plays trumpet. Well, I went to over to his website and discovered that he has a 4-volume set. And Griot is the title, and there's 4 volumes, and they're interviews of all these fantastic jazz musicians. So, for example, volume 1, you've got, like 15 different people that he's interviewed here. All interviews. These are the people that are interviewed in this book, volume 1. So you've got some well-known people and some not some well-known people. You've got Eddie Henderson in here, Wynton Marsalis, Peter Washington, Terry Link Carrington, Robert Glasper, and the list goes on. That's volume 1, but you've got 4 volumes here. So if you know somebody that's into jazz and likes to read interviews, this one's got Harold Mayburn in here and a whole lot of other people. This is volume 2. And then you got volume 3. And they're all signed, which is kind of cool. And so for those of you, or if you know somebody who's into jazz, this might be a nice Christmas present. All right, so there's the volume 3's list of musicians. And this one you got George Cables, Wayne Shorter, Christian McBride. So some pretty cool stuff. And then you got volume 4 here. Again, all interviews. And here you got George Coleman's in here, Billy Hart. So if you're into jazz, this might be a set of books, or maybe you want to start off just getting 1 volume. Me, when I go in, I go all in. I got all 4 volumes. I think they're $19 a volume. So pretty cool though. So I wanted to share that with you guys. For those of you that are jazz enthusiasts, love to read interviews and learn about these musicians. It might be a cool gift or something you want to purchase for yourself. Today, however, we are doing a review of an album. It's a reissue from 1988 on the Lime Tree label by John Hicks Trio, called I'll Give You Something to Remember Me By. Now, I ran across this on Amazon. It's got an OB strip here. These are limited to 500 copies. This is 180 gram vinyl. This is a 2023 release, and it's got the tidalwavesmusic.com on here, and it's got Light in the Attic Records here. So, and then on the bottom, it's got the Lime Tree label, which is what it was originally released on. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to listen to this together today. I'm excited. It's a pretty cool trio album. You've got John Hicks on piano, Curtis Lundy on bass, Idris Muhammad on drums. I'm going to talk a little bit about the pianist John Hicks. Blue Note explains him like this. I took a sentence off of the Blue Note website on how they talk about John Hicks, and it says this: Pianist John Hicks was an artist of uncommon versatility, moving effortlessly from pop standards to the avant-garde while retaining the dense physicality and intense energy that were the hallmarks of his approach. I'm going to talk a little bit more about him as we listen to this music. And he was born 1941 in Atlanta, Georgia, died in 2006 in New York City. American jazz pianist, composer, arranger. He's on more than 30 recordings as a leader. His first release coming out or was recorded rather, back in 1975, and his last was recorded in 2006. And he's played on more than 300 records as a sideman with many notable musicians, which I'll get into here in just a moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and we're going to take a look at the record. I have not opened this up yet. I've listened to this on streaming one time through. It's a pretty cool album, and once I listened to it on streaming, I was like, this is really cool. I really enjoyed this. You know, again, one of those late night discoveries. And although I'd seen his name on some other records, I didn't know that much about John Hicks. So I've done a little bit of research for you guys. We'll talk a little bit more about him. This is a pretty nice, you know, it's about an average jacket. It's got the OB strip on here, and on this OB strip, it explains the history of the record. Go ahead and open this up, and let's check out and see what kind of a pressing this is going to be. I've never seen anything on this label, so not sure what kind of quality it's going to be. Again, it's on this Tidal Waves Music label, tidalwavesmusic.com. Then on the back here, it's got Light in the Attic Records. So not that familiar with the label. Again, this was kind of an Amazon discovery. Does come in an anti-static sleeve here. Let's go ahead and pull this out. There's your label. Now, he got his first education from his mother, who was a pianist, a piano teacher, and that's how he kind of started learning music. And after he'd been playing for a little while, they'd moved to Los Angeles, and he took organ lessons there, sang in choirs. He tried the violin, the trombone, and at the age of 11, once he started reading music, he started playing the piano in church. Once he'd learned to read music, he kind of focused on the piano only. And then they moved to St. Louis. And when he was 14, he really got into the piano and really just made that his passion. There he attended Sumner High School and played in schoolmate Lester Bowie's band. And John Hicks did kind of get off into that avant-garde stuff later on. He cites Fats Waller, Thelonious Monk, and Horace Silver as his big influences. So I've got this cleaned off here. I'm going to drop it on. We're going to have a listen. We're going to listen to side one. I'll hold it down. We'll listen to probably 2 songs off of each side. I still see a speck here. Something on the record. Make sure this is clean. I hope this record's not warped. I'm cleaning it off here in the way it's laying. Hopefully this is not going to be a problem. All right, let me go ahead and drop this on side one. We'll have a listen, and I'll give you the second half of the bio part of the information here. I don't like to bore you guys by giving you a monologue, but I do love sharing the background information on these records and the artists. All right, first track called Hold It Down. Again, this is a trio record. And yeah, this thing does have a little bit of a warp to the record. So it does have a slight warp to the record. I could tell when I was cleaning it off. This might be one I send back. Although it's not really affecting the sound that you can tell. You know, a lot of times you won't notice that it does affect subtly the sound of the music. As far as the quality of the music, so far it sounds pretty nice. Recording and everything else. Like great piano playing, this guy's a great player. You can kind of see how there's a little bit of a bow to the record. See it right there? Just the way it was stored. Great playing. So far on the quality, it's a pretty good mix. Piano sounds nice. I like the bass, it's kind of a more of a mid-rangey sound. Cuts through really nice though. It's a fairly sounding warm album. I wouldn't say it's the warmest sounding record I've ever heard, but it's not terrible either. Curtis Lundy on bass. Drums sound nice. Again, you can hear that nice resonance off the drums. The kick and the snare and the cymbals sound really nice. Not something like this, you just want the most natural sound that you can get, you know, and you want to hear the real resonance of the drums, the bass, the different the highs, the mids, and the lows off of that piano. It's a very nice sounding record. Idris Muhammad on beat drums. It's recorded at Studio 44, Monster South Holland in the Netherlands, 1987. Great playing on this record. I mean, so again, it's a pretty warm recording, but I wouldn't put it in the category of some of these classic Blue Note, that kind of thing. But it's a very nice sounding record. It does have some nice depth to it. The resonance of the instruments, you know, sounds very nice. You hear that snare when it's popped, when it's hit, the kick, the cymbals, you can hear that resonance off the cymbals. The piano sounds very natural. The bass has a nice full sound to it. So a nice sounding record. I think this is, I'm going to be looking for more things off this label for sure. This one's called Pas de Trois. Here's your tracks. Nice sounding record. So a little bit more about Hicks. He worked in the southern U.S. with Little Milton and Albert King, who, as you know, hopefully know, there are two blues players. He studied music in 1958 at the Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, studied for a short time at the Berklee School of Music in Boston before moving to New York, 1963. If you don't know, he was part of Art Blakey's band for a couple of years. And he also accompanied singers like Deluxe and Betty Carter. Joined Woody Herman's big band, whom he stayed with until 1970. Later on, he expanded kind of into that free jazz with Charles Tolliver and Lester Bowie, and he also became a big sideman. So he started recording with guys like Booker Ervin, Hank Mobley, Lee Morgan, and then later on played with Roy Hargrove, Eric Alexander, Teresa Brewer, James Carter, Larry Coryell, Joe Lovano, Charles Mingus, Pharoah Sanders, and the list goes on. So very prolific piano player, plays with a lot of people. Has a really, I think, a unique sound. So let's listen to a little bit more of this tune before we flip the record over. Sound is really growing on me the more I listen to this. Yeah, it sounds really nice. It's really starting to, once the speakers start to disappear and you start to just really get into the music and have that impact and you start feeling like you're sitting there, it's when you really start to realize that the recording is something really nice, that you can just kind of disappear into the music. Bass sounds nice. Unfortunately, I think I'm probably going to send this back because of the warp. It's a little more than I like. And every once in a while I can hear just a little bit of noise when it goes into the dip. So that's when you got a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and put in for a replacement for that. I'm going ahead right now while I'm talking to you guys. I'm putting in for a replacement on Amazon and get a return, get a replacement for it, because this is a wonderful sounding record and I want to get one that's not warped. Great playing. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this down and flip it over. You got 4 songs on each side. Again, this was recorded at Studio 44 at Monster, the Netherlands. And 4 songs on each side, and they all range anywhere. There's a couple of short tunes, but primarily they're about 4 minutes, 5 minutes long, up to over 8 minutes, which the one we just got through listening to there. This tune right here is almost 9 minutes long. That's the longest tune on the record. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over. Again, I did have an issue with the record being warped, so I put in for a replacement from Amazon. And this is why I got to get through listening to all these records up, so that I don't get too far behind where I can't return some of these, because sometimes you got issues like this. But this is a bad record, man. Bad sounding. I mean, when I say bad, I mean like really good sounding record. Some badass playing on here. And this is Origin, Sonny Rollins tune. Check this out. spoken record. Nice. Sonny Rollins tune called Origin. Again, John Hicks piano, Curtis Lundy bass, Idris Muhammad on drums. Fantastic record. Grab them while you can, only 500 of them made. Reissue from 1988. This is on the Tidal Waves Music label, or it's got two different things here, tidalwavesmusic.com and Light in the Attic. So nice sounding record. Unfortunately, mine's a little warped, so I'm going to get a return on that. This is an Amazon purchase, which is another reason I've got to get through reviewing some of these records that are sitting here that are unopened. So stay tuned. I'll be dropping a new review every day to get these opened and reviewed. I appreciate you guys joining me. Nice sounding record, decent warmth. It's got nice depth to it. Tonal balance is nice across the entire record. The recording is done very well. It's a nice mix, of course, with 3 instruments. You have a lot of room there. Piano sounds nice. The bass is a nice round, full sounding bass that comes through with nice detail there. The drums sound fantastic. They have a lot of resonance off them. They sound like real drums. So pretty cool release here for you guys that like trio records. This might be one you want to pick up and just hopefully you get a good pressing. All right, folks, until next time, happy listening. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.